We've got to find some ways to make it a little bit easier for her. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just is what it is. And we've got to help her learn to adjust and use it against them in certain ways. But the level of physicality overall in our league has been at a different level than it's been for a long time.
How did the WNBA let this happen? Caitlin Clark left the court in tears after re-injuring her groin in a game riddled with missed calls and brutal physicality. Are the referees truly failing to protect the league's most exciting player? The shocking footage from the TD Garden game has fans and analysts furious. Stick around as we break down the key plays, the officiating outrage, and the long-term impact this could have on not just Clark's career, but the future of the league itself. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
What is your description of kind of the physical battle that Caitlin particularly faces, maybe within tonight's game or just
all around for the Indiana Fever or Caitlin Clark? And as you guys can see here, Caitlin Clark pretty much in tears on the sideline. Our other teams are beating the crap out of her and the referees are allowing it. Like, Stephanie White had to burn a timeout in the fourth quarter just to lose her mind at the referee.
It was supposed to be a regular season game at TD Garden, but by the end, it felt more like a turning point for both Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. Early on, Clark played with her usual spark, making precision passes and hitting the kind of threes that had fans on their feet. But midway through the third quarter, the mood shifted. Clark, chasing down an aggressive defensive play from the Sun, suddenly clutched her groin and crumpled to the floor. The once raucous crowd fell silent as she limped off the court, tears streaming down her face. For Fever fans, this scene wasn't just upsetting, it was hauntingly familiar.
in general, as you've gotten used to coaching her, just what you see she's enduring physically?
Are you trying to get me fined again?
I am not.
I think she just knows she got hurt again. I don't think it's a bad injury. I don't think it's a bad injury. She walked off fine. It doesn't help things when the referees are absolutely letting teams beat the crap out of her.
Clark had already been benched earlier this season for the same injury, which made her return that much more inspiring, and this setback that much harder to swallow. Fans left the arena furious, and their anger wasn't just directed at the injury itself. It was the officiating, or lack of it, that turned this into a boiling point. All season long, Clark has been targeted with relentless physicality, particularly in matchups against aggressive teams like the Sun. Just last month...
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her.
There's not much in it. Like, obviously, she's going off hurt. I think she's trying to carry this league on her shoulders. And the refs are letting them beat the crap out of her. That doesn't help things.
She faced a barrage of hard fouls in a similar game, and many wondered how long her body could hold up under such pressure. In Boston, it seemed like no whistle ever came when it mattered most. There was a clear elbow to Clark's side in the second quarter. No call. Moments before her groin injury, a Sun player delivered what looked like an intentional shove as Caitlin drove to the basket. This wasn't basketball, it was chaos. Even Stephanie White, Clark's coach and a former WNBA star, spoke openly after the game about how much more physical the league has become.
I knew it as an opponent, and I see it as her coach, and
then she kind of steps off. It's her right groin. So it's her right groin here that gets hurt. All of this stuff. I think all of these things are factors. I think all of this is a factor for what's happening. I think all of this is a factor of why she's playing.
The non-stop contact in today's game is excessive, even by our standards, she stated. Her dual perspective, having both played through battles and now coaching on the sidelines, gave her words weight, but also showed just how dire the situation has become. On social media, the backlash exploded. Clark's brother criticized the refs directly, while fans questioned if the league even cared about protecting its stars. The trust wasn't just damaged, it was shattered. And when a league fails its standout players, what comes next? Caitlin Clark's injury isn't just a personal setback, it's a problem staring the WNBA right in the face.
We've got to find some ways to make it a little bit easier for her. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just is what it is. And we've got to help her learn to adjust and use it against them in certain ways. But the level of physicality overall in our league has been at a different level than it's been for a long time.
The league is built on the appeal of its stars, and Clark has already become one of the brightest. But how can the WNBA expect to grow when those stars aren't being protected? Fans aren't just frustrated about missed calls. They're asking bigger questions about whether the league truly values their top players. If the officiating doesn't improve, it might send the wrong message to players and fans that this kind of unnecessary physicality is just part of the game. And it's not just Caitlin Clark experiencing this problem, it's been building all season. Remember when Tina Charles slapped Aaliyah Boston in the face? That wasn't even called a flagrant foul. Or when Sophie Cunningham took an elbow to the head and the game just moved on like nothing happened? These aren't isolated situations, they're examples of how lenient the officiating has been when it comes to aggressive and dangerous play. Each of these moments chips away at the league's credibility, and more importantly, it puts its players at risk. The stakes go even higher when you think about what Clark represents. She's the kind of player who transcends basketball, the kind of name that can help the WNBA reach a wider audience. But between her first groin injury and now this re-injury, it's hard not to worry about what kind of toll it's taking on her body and her career. A star like Clark missing critical games, or even the All-Star game, isn't just disappointing for fans, it's a blow to the league's image. She was supposed to be in the three-point contest and lead a team, but now that's uncertain. If the WNBA doesn't act now, it risks more than just Clark's future. It risks its own. How can the league grow if its brightest lights are being dimmed in the spotlight? Fans deserve better, and so do the players. So what comes next? Will the WNBA take action, or will moments like this become its legacy? Caitlin Clark's injury isn't just a setback. It's a spotlight on a growing problem the WNBA can no longer ignore. When a player of her caliber is sidelined, it doesn't just hurt the fever, it threatens the league's future. Fans are frustrated, coaches are calling for change, and the players are left wondering if their safety truly matters. Stephanie White said it best. She's seen this issue from both sides, and it's only getting worse. Now, with the All-Star game just around the corner, the question isn't whether the WNBA notices, it's whether they'll act before it's too late.